Why, hello there. And is Xenoverse 2 the best Dragon Ball Z game? Well, I think there's a strong possibility, and that's where let's dive into it. You know, Xenoverse 1 was everything we could have wanted at the time. We never seen anything like that before. But fast forward a year later, and this gem of a game came out. This game has a similar model to live service games, but in my opinion, this is how you do it. Xenoverse 2 still holds up 9 years later and has a lot of content where it's almost insane. The base game alone has a lot. You don't even need a DLC to truly have a blast, and the DLC is epic too. But let's start with the main story, and it's a continuation of the first Xenoverse. You know, a lot of similarities here, but the beauty is it's not the exact same Dragon Ball Z story that we all know. It ties into it, but it's different because every part of Dragon Ball Z history, not just the future Trunks or anything like that, but it's all distorted, right? Everything. And it's our job to make history right again, you know. And of course we got the good old parallel quests, and some are new, but quite a few from Xenoverse 1. That's okay though, because nothing is perfect. There's a lot of new things here where it's easy to overlook certain things. You know, we got the expert missions, and they're second to none. We have these missions against high-level opponents with 6 people, and these missions are a lot of fun. We also got the crystal raids where someone is a overpowered character, essentially a boss, and they face 6 other people. You know, it's a little different from the expert missions, but either way it's still kind of similar, except it's just a person instead of AI, right? This is a lot of fun. You know, the hub world is beautiful, and so many NPCs serve a purpose. They'll give you items of some of them, and if you do the emotes they want you to do, they'll give you cosmetics as well. Like, majority of things in this game serve a purpose. The gameplay is also much better than Xenoverse 1. It's so fast and fluent. Even 9 years later, I'm not surprised there isn't a Xenoverse 3. They truly did it right with this one. And what else could they really do with Xenoverse 3? How on earth could they truly perfect this formula that they already got here? You know, we even got a Hero Coliseum, and it reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh! Slightly. You know, we got figurines battling it out, and that's where their stats matter. Stats will determine the Hero Coliseum. You got trainers to get stronger moves, and they truly did it right this time. Xenoverse 1 was annoying with these trainers, but this time around, as long as you passed certain advancement tests, you can get every skill from these trainers all at once. I feel they're a lot more generous with RNG too, especially when it comes to collecting Dragon Balls. There's a lot of quests, whether it's a random NPC or a parallel quest that have these time patrollers that you face that have a chance to drop a Dragon Ball. In Xenoverse 1, it was hit or miss if these people even spawned. You know, this time around they're always there. Of course, we got the good old character customization back. You know, it's better than ever, but probably more of the same nonetheless. But regardless, you know, we got the 5 races here, you know, the Saiyans, which I'm sure majority of us love, you know, Super Saiyan, all that good stuff, right? You know, you got the Frieza race, you got the Majin race, you got the Namek race, and of course the good old Earthlings where, you know, probably most people don't really care too much about it, but sure enough, every race is unique to some point. You know, it changes the gameplay slightly, not too much, but a little slightly. You know, and that's all that matters. That's really all we're looking for, right? You know, this is probably the best live service game since my guess would be ever. You know, you don't necessarily need to spend any money. You know, we also got this cross versus where 3v3, and well, kind of more of the same, but regardless, we just need new modes with the game we love, because, you know, sure enough, the gameplay is just fluent as hell, and, you know, I can't really see how they could really do better. I really don't, and, you know, thank God that they're not trying to do better. You know, they must just stick with what already works, and I can guarantee this game still holds up strong to this day. And it still blows my mind. You know, I don't think it's the most popular game in the world, but sure enough, it definitely has its own cult classic. And, you know, sure enough, it's all because of Bandai Namco. You know, this game's far better than Destiny, far better than anything, and that's where I'm definitely willing to say that, yes, this is the best Dragon Ball Z game. There's really no question about it. You know, Kakarot's got its own stuff going on, but, you know, the replayability of Kakarot, you know, once you get to Platinum, you know, there's really not too much you can do. It's sure, but here's the thing, though, Kakarot's a little different because it's mainly based on RPG, and sure enough, you know what, that's a freaking epic game, too. This game's a little different. It's got RPG elements, sure, but, you know, this game truly has it all. There's so much going on for it. And that's why I'm definitely willing to say that yes, you know, this game is definitely, you know, the best Dragon Ball Z game, at least currently, that we have so far. You know, hopefully they can do better, but you know, it's truly hard to say. But you know, with that being said, well, you know, leave your how you feel in the comments, that kind of stuff, right? Like and subscribe for more content, and take care. Love you all.